The rain pounded against the pavement like 1,000 accusations as 14-year-old Alex huddled under the awning of a deserted gas station in suburban Ohio. His father's words still echoed in his ears. "You're no son of mine." Clutched in his trembling hands was a black trash bag stuffed with a few clothes, a toothbrush, and the remnants of a life shattered in an instant. All because he'd confessed he was gay. Alex's world had crumbled that afternoon. He'd mustered the courage to tell his parents during dinner, hoping for understanding in their quiet Midwestern home. His mother had gasped, tears welling up, but his father, stern, unyielding, had exploded. "This family's no place for that sickness," he'd bellowed, dragging Alex to his room to pack. By nightfall, Alex was on the street, the door slamming shut behind him like a final judgment. Wiping rain from his face, Alex wondered where to go. School friends? They didn't know his secret. Relatives? His father's side dominated, all echoing the same conservative values. The chill seeped into his bones as he trudged toward the town library, the only place open late. Inside, the librarian, Mrs. Hargrove, noticed his soaked figure and offered a blanket and hot cocoa without questions. But as closing time neared, panic set in. "You got family nearby, kid?" she asked gently. Alex shook his head, the truth too raw to voice. That night he slept on a park bench, the trash bag his pillow. Morning brought hunger and fear, but also a spark of defiance. He couldn't go back, his father had made that clear. Instead, Alex hitched a ride to Cleveland, the nearest city, dreaming of a place where being himself wasn't a crime. The urban sprawl welcomed him with indifference, skyscrapers towering like indifferent giants. He found a youth shelter, lying about his age to get a bed. There, among runaways and lost souls, he met Jamie, a 17-year-old with a kind smile and stories of his own rejection. Jamie became Alex's lifeline. "Family ain't always blood," Jamie said one evening as they shared stolen snacks. Jamie had been outed by a sibling and kicked out at 16. Now he navigated the streets with savvy, teaching Alex how to panhandle without drawing cops, how to find free meals at churches. But beneath Jamie's toughness was vulnerability. Nights when he'd cry over lost dreams of college. Alex felt a pull toward him, not just gratitude, but something deeper, unspoken. As weeks turned to months, Alex enrolled in a new school under the shelter's guidance, forging documents to hide his homelessness. He excelled in classes, burying pain in books. But whispers followed. "Who's the new kid with the haunted eyes?" He avoided close ties, fearing judgment. One day, in art class, he sketched a portrait of his old home, tears blurring the lines. His teacher, Mr. Ellis, noticed. "Art can heal, Alex. Want to talk?" Reluctantly, Alex opened up, the first time since that fateful dinner. Mr. Ellis connected him with a local LGBTQ support group. There, Alex met others like him, teens grappling with identity in a world that often turned hostile. Stories of conversion therapy attempts, school bullying, and family disownment mirrored his own. It was cathartic but also ignited anger. Why did society demand conformity? Why couldn't love be love? Back at the shelter, Jamie's presence grew comforting. They'd talk late into the night about futures unbound by prejudice. Jamie dreamed of becoming a mechanic, Alex a writer. One evening, as stars peeked through city smog, Jamie leaned in. "You're stronger than you know, Alex." Their hands brushed, a spark igniting. But Alex pulled back. Fear of more loss loomed large. Meanwhile, back in the suburbs, Alex's mother, Linda, wrestled with guilt. She'd loved her son unconditionally, but her husband's rage had silenced her. Nights, she'd stare at Alex's empty room, wondering if he was safe. She searched online for resources, joining secret forums for parents of LGBTQ kids. "I failed him," she confessed in an anonymous post. Responses flooded in support, advice, stories of reconciliation. Her husband, Robert, remained steadfast. A factory worker raised in strict tradition, he viewed homosexuality as a sin drummed into him by church and community. "He'll come back when he straightens out," he'd mutter. But doubt crept in during quiet moments. Was throwing out his only child the right thing? Neighbors gossiped, some sympathetic, others condemning the deviant boy. In Cleveland, Alex's life stabilized somewhat. He got a part-time job at a coffee shop, saving pennies for independence. Jamie encouraged him, their bond deepening. One rainy afternoon, mirroring that fateful night, Jamie confessed, "I think I'm falling for you, Alex." Heart-pounding, Alex admitted the same. Their first kiss was tentative, sweet, a beacon in the storm. But society intruded. At school, rumors spread after a classmate spotted them holding hands. Bullying ensued. Slurs in hallways, shoves in lockers. Alex's grades slipped as anxiety mounted. The support group helped, but real-world prejudice stung. One incident escalated when a group of older teens cornered them in an alley. "Faggots don't belong here," they sneered, fists flying. Jamie fought back, but they escaped bruised. This violence shook Alex. "Is this what life will be? Hiding, fighting?" he asked Jamie, bandaging cuts. Jamie's eyes hardened. "We fight for our right to exist." Their relationship became a refuge, but also a target. Alex pondered calling home, yearning for his mother's voice. But pride and fear held him back. As winter approached, the shelter announced cutbacks. Jamie, now 18, aged out. "I'll find us a place," he promised. They scraped together for a rundown apartment, but stability was fragile. Alex juggled school and work, exhaustion wearing him down. Yet, in Jamie's arms, he found solace, their love a quiet rebellion. Spring brought tentative hope to Cleveland's streets. But for Alex, now 15, challenges mounted. His job at the coffee shop demanded more hours, cutting into study time. Jamie worked odd jobs, construction, deliveries, anything to pay rent on their cramped apartment. Mornings, they'd share coffee, dreaming of better days. "One day, we'll have a real home," Jamie would say, squeezing Alex's hand. But reality intruded harshly. Their landlord, a grizzled veteran named Mr. Kowalski, eyed them suspiciously. "No funny business here," he'd grumble during rent collection. Whispers from neighbors fueled paranoia. Stares in the hallway. Notes slipped under the door. "God hates sinners." Alex ignored them, focusing on survival, but Jamie grew agitated. "We should move," he suggested one night. Alex hesitated. Change meant uncertainty. At school, the bullying persisted, evolving into cyber torment. Anonymous accounts posted mocking memes, outing Alex to the entire student body. The principal, sympathetic but overwhelmed, suggested counseling. "It's just kids being kids," he said dismissively. Alex fumed. Why was his pain minimized? In the support group, he vented, "Society pretends to progress, but hate's still everywhere." Others nodded, sharing tales of job discrimination, family estrangement. One evening, Alex received an unexpected call. It was his mother, Linda, her voice trembling. "Alex, is that you?" She'd tracked him through a mutual acquaintance from the old town. Tears flowed as she apologized. "I should have fought for you. Your father's stubborn. But I miss you." Alex's heart ached. "I miss you too, Mom." They talked for hours, bridging the chasm of months apart. Linda visited secretly, bringing groceries and clothes. In a park, they hugged, emotions raw. "Your father's hurting too, but he won't admit it," she confided. Alex introduced her to Jamie cautiously. Linda's eyes widened, but she smiled warmly. "As long as you're happy, that's what matters." Her acceptance was a balm, but it highlighted Robert's rejection. Back home, Linda confronted Robert. "Our son's out there alone because of your pride." Robert bristled. "It's not natural. The Bible says—" Linda interrupted. "The Bible also says love thy neighbor. He's our son." Arguments escalated, straining their marriage. Robert attended church more, seeking validation from Pastor Reynolds, who preached against the gay agenda. But seeds of doubt grew. A fellow congregant shared a story of his own gay nephew, thriving despite odds. In Cleveland, Alex and Jamie's relationship deepened amid trials. They attended their first Pride event, surrounded by rainbows and cheers. It was empowering, seeing couples like them unapologetic. But counter-protesters hurled insults. "Repent or burn." Alex clung to Jamie, resolve strengthening. "This is why we fight," Jamie whispered. Work brought new conflicts. At the coffee shop, a regular customer, overhearing Alex mention Jamie, refused service. "I don't want queers handling my food." The manager, fearing lost business, sidelined Alex to backroom duties. Humiliated, Alex quit, job hunting anew. He landed a gig at a bookstore, where the owner, a lesbian woman named Carla, became a mentor. "Proud of you, kid. We've all been there." Jamie's temper flared during a family visit attempt. He contacted his estranged parents, hoping for reconciliation. They agreed to meet, but it devolved into accusations. "You chose this lifestyle," his father spat. Jamie stormed out, heartbreak fueling a night of drinking. Alex found him on a bench, echoing his own first night homeless. "Why do they hate us?" Jamie sobbed. Alex held him. "Because they're afraid. But we have each other." As summer heated up, financial strain peaked. Rent hiked, bills piled. Jamie suggested Alex return home. "Your mom's reaching out. Maybe it's time." Alex resisted. "I won't hide who I am." Tension simmered, their first major fight. "I'm trying to protect us," Jamie yelled. Alex retorted. "By sending me back to hell?" They reconciled tearfully, love prevailing. Linda's visits increased, smuggling money and encouragement. She joined PFLAG, advocating for LGBTQ families. "I'm learning," she told Alex. One day, she brought news. Robert had attended a meeting reluctantly. "He's listening," slowly. Hope flickered, but Alex guarded his heart. A turning point came when Alex's school hosted a diversity assembly. Invited to speak anonymously, he shared his story. "Being gay isn't a choice, but rejecting your child is." Applause mixed with boos, sparking debate. A conservative parent complained, calling it indoctrination. The school board convened, Alex's future hanging in balance. Amid this, Jamie proposed a road trip to escape stress. They drove to Lake Erie, camping under stars. "No matter what, you're my family," Jamie said. Their bond solidified, but returning home brought reality crashing back. A eviction notice awaited. Neighbors' complaints cited immoral behavior. Desperate, Alex called Linda. "We need help." She arrived with resolve. "Come stay with me temporarily. Your father travels for work." It was a risk but necessary. As they packed, Alex reflected on his journey, from trash bag to tentative stability. But conflicts loomed larger. Settling into his mother's home felt surreal for Alex, like stepping into a parallel life. The suburban house in Ohio, once a prison of secrets, now offered refuge, but with caveats. Robert was away on a work trip, buying time. Linda fussed over Alex and Jamie, cooking meals and offering guest rooms. "This is temporary," she assured, but her eyes held hope for permanence. Jamie adapted warily, and used to suburban quiet. "Feels too good to be true," he confided to Alex one night. Alex nodded, sharing the sentiment. Mornings brought awkward breakfasts, Linda probing gently about their lives. She listened to stories of shelter hardships, pride joys, without judgment. "You've grown so much," she said proudly. News of their return spread through the neighborhood grapevine. Whispers turned to outright confrontation. At the grocery store, an old family friend cornered Linda. "Heard your boy's back with a boyfriend? Shame on you for enabling that." Linda stood tall. "Shame on you for judging." But the encounter shook her, highlighting community divide. Alex re-enrolled in his old school, facing familiar faces with new scars. Bullies from before amped up harassment, now targeting his city ways. Teachers intervened sporadically, but the atmosphere was toxic. In the cafeteria, a group chanted slurs until a brave classmate, Sarah, stood up. "Leave him alone. He's done nothing wrong." Her defense sparked alliances but also enemies. Robert's return loomed like a storm cloud. Linda prepared him via phone. Alex is home, and he's not alone. Robert's response was curt. We'll talk. The day he arrived, tension crackled. He eyed Jamie coldly, shaking hands stiffly. Dinner was silent, forks clinking like accusations. Finally, Robert spoke. This ain't right, boy. You know that. Alex met his gaze. What's not right is throwing out your kid. Robert flushed. I did what I thought best. Argument erupted, Bible verses versus personal truths. Jamie interjected calmly. Sir, we just want to live our lives. Robert stormed out, sleeping on the couch. The household divided. Linda mediated, urging dialogue. Robert attended more PFLAG meetings grudgingly, hearing testimonies that challenged his views. One speaker, a former Marine, shared, I lost my son to suicide because I rejected him. Don't make my mistake. Robert's facade cracked, tears unspoken. Outside, societal pressures intensified. The local church, led by Pastor Reynolds, organized a family values rally against moral decay. Flyers decried same-sex relationships as threats to society. Alex and Jamie attended counter-protests, chanting for equality. Clashes ensued, verbal then physical. A thrown bottle grazed Jamie's arm, drawing blood. This town's poison, Jamie muttered later. Alex's internal conflict grew. He loved his mother, appreciated the roof, but yearned for authenticity. Should we leave? He asked Jamie. Not yet. Give your dad a chance. But patience wore thin when Robert discovered their shared room. Under my roof? No. He demanded separate sleeping arrangements, igniting fury. Linda drew a line. If you can't accept them, maybe you should leave. Robert balked, but moved to a motel temporarily. The separation pained everyone. Alex felt guilty. This is my fault. Linda hugged him. No, it's progress, painful but necessary. At school, the diversity debate escalated to a board meeting. Parents argued fiercely. Conservatives claimed protecting children from influence. Progressives advocated inclusion. Alex testified, rejecting us doesn't change who we are. It just hurts. His words swayed some, but the board tabled the issue, leaving uncertainty. Jamie found steady work at a garage, pursuing his mechanic dream. Proud of you, Alex said, their love a constant amid chaos. They volunteered at the support group, mentoring younger teens. One kid, Tim, mirrored Alex's story, outed at 13, homeless. Helping him healed Alex's wounds partially. Reconciliation attempts with Robert faltered. A family therapy session devolved into blame. You chose this, Robert accused. Alex retorted, I chose to be honest. The therapist suggested time apart, but Linda pushed for more. A bombshell dropped when Robert's sister, Aunt Clara, a devout but open-minded woman, visited. She'd learned of the rift and confronted Robert. Remember our brother? He hid his sexuality, died unhappy. Don't repeat history. Robert confided his fears. What if society's right? What if I'm condemning him? Clara's empathy opened a crack. As fall leaves turned, Alex turned 16. Linda threw a small party, Jamie baking a cake. Robert showed unexpectedly, gift in hand, a journal for Alex's writing. Not saying I agree, but happy birthday. It was an olive branch, tentative. But peace shattered when Pastor Reynolds outed the family in a sermon. Even in our congregation, sin festers. Community backlash intensified. Vandalism on the house. Fags out. Police dismissed it as pranks. Fear gripped them. Jamie urged relocation. Cleveland was tough, but free. Alex agonized. Abandon family again? Linda supported. Go if you must, but know you're loved. Robert, silent, wrestled internally. In a heated family meeting, Robert admitted, I was wrong to throw you out, but this lifestyle, I can't condone. Alex challenged, it's not a lifestyle, it's who I am. Tears flowed, hugs tentative. Progress but incomplete. With Robert's partial apology hanging in the air, the family navigated an uneasy truce. He moved back home, interactions civil but strained. Dinners involved small talk, weather, work, avoiding deeper waters. Jamie sensed the undercurrent. He's trying, but it's surface level. Alex agreed, grateful yet wary. School provided distraction. The board finally approved LGBTQ inclusive policies, thanks partly to Alex's advocacy. Bullies faced consequences, alliances grew. Sarah became a close friend, organizing a GSA club. "You're a leader, Alex," she said. Empowerment bloomed, but exhaustion lingered from constant vigilance. Societal conflicts persisted beyond home. National news buzzed with debates on gay rights, marriage equality pushes, conversion therapy bans. Locally, the church split over Pastor Reynolds' hardline stance. Some members left, forming an inclusive group. Robert attended once, uncomfortably, but returned. "Not for me," he muttered. Alex's writing flourished. He penned essays on his experiences, submitting to online platforms. One piece, Trash Bag Exile, went viral on a LGBTQ blog. Messages poured in support, shared stories. But trolls attacked. "Deserved it, freak." Fame brought vulnerability. Alex's address leaked, prompting threats. Jamie worried. "We need to be careful." They installed security, but paranoia set in. One night, a rock shattered a window with a hateful note. Police investigated half-heartedly. "Probably kids." Robert's rage surprised everyone. "No one threatens my family." He confronted neighbors, demanding accountability. It was a shift, protective if not fully accepting. Linda's health suffered from stress. A mild heart scare landed her in hospital. The family rallied. Robert held her hand. "I love you. We'll get through." Alex and Jamie cooked, cleaned. In quiet moments, Robert spoke to Alex. "Your mom's my world. Seeing her hurt makes me rethink." Alex probed. "Rethink what?" Robert sighed. "Everything." Discharge brought reflection. Linda insisted on family outings, picnics, movies to rebuild bonds. At a fair, Robert watched Alex and Jamie laugh together. "They look happy," he admitted to Linda later. She smiled. "They are. Love's love." A major conflict arose when Alex announced plans for college applications. "I want to study journalism in New York." Excitement mingled with fear. "Leaving Jamie?" "Come with me," Alex urged. Jamie hesitated. "My job's here." Long distance. Doubt crept in. Robert's reaction surprised. "New York's liberal. Might suit you." But he added, "Think about your future. Family, kids." Alex tensed. Gay people have families too. Debate ensued on adoption, surrogacy, hot-button issues. Robert argued tradition. Alex, equality. Linda mediated. Times change. Jamie's family re-entered the picture. His mother called, apologetic. "I miss you. Can we meet?" Jamie agreed warily, Alex by his side. The reunion was emotional. Tears, hugs, but his father remained absent, unforgiving. "One step," Jamie said optimistically. As Alex turned 17, milestones piled. He got his license, a used car from savings. Freedom tasted sweet, drives with Jamie, escaping suburbia. But a car accident, minor, caused by a distracted driver, shook them. Hospital waits bonded the family. Robert visited. "Glad you're okay, son." The word son lingered, meaningful. Post-accident, Alex's advocacy amplified. He spoke at rallies, drawing crowds. Media interviewed him. From homeless to hopeful. But backlash mounted, death threats, doxing. One night, assailants ambushed them leaving an event. Fists flew. Jamie shielded Alex, taking blows. Hospitalized, Jamie recovered, but scars remained. "This has to stop," Alex declared. They pressed charges, but the perpetrators, local teens influenced by hate speech, got slaps on wrists. Justice felt elusive. Robert, outraged, contacted the pastor. "Your words incite violence." The confrontation divided the community further. Internally, Alex questioned his path. Is fighting worth the pain? Jamie reassured. Yes, for us, for others. Their relationship strained under pressure, arguments over safety, future. I can't lose you, Alex confessed. Reconciliation strengthened them. Robert's transformation accelerated. Reading Alex's essays, he sought understanding. I was ignorant, he admitted one evening. Forgive me. Alex hesitated. Working on it. A hug sealed progress. As graduation neared, decisions loomed. Alex accepted a scholarship in New York. Jamie decided to join, transferring work. Excitement buzzed. But farewell to Ohio meant mixed emotions. Leaving mended family ties. A final family dinner. Toasts, tears. Robert raised a glass. Proud of you, Alex. Be safe. It wasn't full acceptance, but growth. New York City pulsed with energy as Alex and Jamie stepped off the bus, bags in hand. The skyline dwarfed their past, promising reinvention. Alex's dorm at NYU awaited. Jamie's mechanic job in Brooklyn started soon. Our new chapter, Alex said, kissing Jamie amid the chaos. College life immersed Alex in diversity, classes on social justice, queer theory. Friends formed easily, no judgments. He wrote for the campus paper, chronicling LGBTQ struggles. Jamie thrived too, joining a union, making connections. Weekends, they'd explore Central Park picnics, Broadway dreams. But distance from home tugged. Calls with Linda were lifelines. Your dad's asking about you. Robert's updates were stilted but sincere. How's school? He'd ask. Alex shared successes, bridging gaps. Societal debates raged nationally. Supreme Court rulings on equality, backlash from conservatives. Alex marched in protests, voice amplified. One rally turned violent. Police clashed with demonstrators. Alex escaped unscathed, but it reminded him of Ohio's perils. Jamie's promotion brought stability, but jealousy simmered. Alex's late nights studying led to loneliness. You're always busy, Jamie complained. Alex countered, building our future. Fights escalated, testing their bond. Counseling helped. Communications key. A visit home for holidays tested progress. Robert greeted them warmly, even hugging Jamie. Dinner discussions avoided controversy, focusing on positives. But a slip, Robert's offhand comment on traditional marriage, ignited debate. Why can't ours be traditional? Alex challenged. Robert paused. I'm learning. Give me time. Community had shifted slightly. Pastor Reynolds retired amid scandals. The new leader promoted inclusion. Neighbors, once hostile, offered nods. But old wounds lingered. Alex visited his old park bench, reflecting on survival. Back in New York, Alex's senior year brought capstone projects. His thesis, Family Rejection's Impact on LGBTQ Youth. Research uncovered stats, higher suicide rates, homelessness. Interviews with survivors echoed his story. Publishing it drew acclaim, but also criticism. Exaggerated sob story. Jamie's family reconciled further. His father reached out tentatively. A meeting in neutral territory, coffee shop, yielded apologies. I was wrong, he admitted. Jamie forgave, healing beginning. As Alex graduated, cap tossed high, family attended. Robert beamed. My son's a graduate. Post-ceremony, he pulled Alex aside. I accept you, all of you, and Jamie too. Tears flowed. Forgiveness complete. Life post-college. Alex landed a journalism job at a progressive outlet. Jamie opened his own garage. They married in a small ceremony. Families united. Vows exchanged amid cheers, symbolizing triumph. But not all stories end neatly. Alex's articles sparked controversies, exposing conversion camps, challenging policies. Death threats resurfaced, forcing security measures. Jamie worried, is it worth it? Alex affirmed, for change, yes. Years later, they adopted a child, a boy from foster care, echoing Alex's past. Parenting brought joy, challenges. Society evolved, but pockets of hate persisted. Alex mentored at shelters, paying forward. Reflecting on his journey, from trash bag to triumph, Alex pondered society's role. Families mended, but at what cost? Conflicts, pain forged resilience. Was his father's initial rejection ultimately the catalyst for his strength and advocacy? Or was it an unforgivable act of cruelty that no amount of reconciliation could erase?